What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. We got Superstar Joe. We got Superstar New Mike Roberto. How's it going, Rob?
You get you?
Not too bad. That time, I did not feel your punches, so it's much better than last video.
You get knocked over this time.
Exactly, guys.
Too violent in person.
If you are new here, hit the subscribe button. Become a superstar. It's free, and you're gonna get content on the daily. It'll remind you that we posted, and you're just going to get to see more of us. And I know you want to see more of us. Also, make sure you're following our socials. We got Twitter, TikTok, Instagram in the middle there. We use those for giveaways all the time. So you want to be following those. There's also fun community interaction over there. We get a lot of your pictures, videos on those socials. And it's just something fun to look at as we keep populating those websites and those socials. So make sure you guys follow us over there.
Good.
If you want to follow us on Veve, find our Fasto 6909 on the wall of Fastos. You're gonna have to do some scrolling, some hunting. It's like Easter egg hunt with Easter.
I found
coming
us today
up.
on this. I went looking today just to
We're
see
still
how big
there.
the wall is.
We don't have to relist. Is the wall still huge?
Still huge.
And that's our logo over there. You can see what it looks like. That's why we put our QR there. Also, speaking of giveaways, we have one lenticular goofy from Pairology left to give away. March 31st will be the giveaway. It's very simple to enter. Follow at Pairology on Twitter. Subscribe to Superstar Money. You already did that earlier. Comment your username below on a different video, which is on our Twitter account. It's pinned to our profile, so go find the Twitter account, pinned to our profile. Do not comment on the tweet, because there's a lot of people doing that, and those people aren't entered. You have to click on the video, go into the video description, comment your name, and if it's deleting your comment, find a different way to get it to us, and we'll make sure you get entered, okay?
People have found ways. They have found ways. I've had some comments that said third time's the charm. For whatever reason, YouTube deletes comments. Maybe it's a special character. Just find a way to get your name there, even if it's your YouTube name. And just you could reach out to us even directly. Get it on, and then on Instagram, you could reach out to us and give us your Veve name if you keep getting deleted.
Yeah, any of our socials, guys. You have all these ways to contact us. And find a way to get to us, and we'll make sure it works.
Yeah.
This is the simplest one to enter, honestly. But subscribe and follow Pairology on Twitter. Those are very important and required. Next, I wanted to pull up Pairology.world or community.pairology.world. This is basically our club. This is our Discord. We have 57 members now. I'm going to shout out the new members. I think we got 3 over the last 24 hours. If I go here, actually, this is probably better on the overview page. You can see we got George A, we got Blaster 0975, and we got Miniman 27. Thank you guys for joining the club. Trust me, we will be using this in April. We already got some of the details from Pairology. April is going to be a big month again, so if you miss out on Goofy, trust me, April, it's fire.
Yeah, there's a lot of functionality in the website. You can look around, and this is going to be a good way to have conversations with us. But just a way for all the superstars to get together and have a conversation. And it's all free, of course. It's a free website.
Superstar chat, we're talking back and forth. Someone was, Art Hart was asking about the stamp collections. They said are great for MCP points. She thinks that they'll do better, or they'll do well over time to help collectors get involved with NFTs. If you like artwork, they're also good as showroom wallpaper. That's something I said. I've seen lots of pictures on Twitter. They look awesome.
That's cool.
And then this person here is saying that they can't find their comments. So Zaltz, make sure that you talk to us. We will get you entered. You know how to reach us. Maybe we'll talk to you in this chat here. See, it's the easy way to tell us, guys.
Now we know.
So we'll talk to Zaltz. We'll get them in. Exactly. Rob's writing it down already. And we'll get you into the contest. Don't you worry, guys. So make sure you go follow us in the club on Pairology World Community. Very, very fun time over there. Now, today's drop. How'd you do?
So I didn't go for it. I had a feeling that it probably would go underlisted, and I think it did.
Yeah.
So I stayed out of it. I checked back later, and I was surprised because the secret rares were going really cheap. I actually don't own any secret rare comics, but I finally bought one. When I saw the low listings, the top 5% of the secret rares, I ended up getting mine for 180. So I'm like just for the MCP points, and when I compared it to some other collectibles on the app, these secret rares, I don't know. I mean, there's only I think 600 editions of them. I just thought that for the MCP, it worked for me. I'm not that interested in the comic, but I think it's like a D-rank comic anyways.
I think it's one of the nicest covers, though, that secret rare. It's very clean, and I like the Magneto and the chains and stuff. That's sick.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit of a speculator when it comes to the MCU. I think that there's a chance that Magneto might be involved at some point. I know that this isn't a first appearance of him, but if it was, I wouldn't be able to get the price that I probably got on this. And I think over time with these secret rares, right, as the good prices slowly get bought up, they're probably going to be pretty hard to sell. But at least they're around. So if I do have to list it one day, I think there's probably some chance on the appreciation. So that was my move.
I think you did well. As listings drop, you'll do well. I think. Just even if you look at the Craven's Last Hunt ones, I think you were telling me that those ones are appreciating nicely, and it's not even really popular comics.
No.
As far as Veve rank or Comics and Crypto are ranking them. So
I did it mostly for the MCP, to be honest. When it came
9 points for 180. It's $20 a point. So not bad. And you have a secret rare. It's pretty cool flex.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Women's History Month Rewind Collective. Finally, they said it was coming in March, and they made you wait till the last day, March 31st. 8 a.m. blind box. There's going to be some more House of Cards Series 1, Part 2. I don't know why they didn't just call it Series 2. But
what do you think about this one? I have mixed feelings about this. What do you think?
It's not my favorite. I do think I will go for the drop. If it depends. I want to see the artwork. I want to see this one here, Mulan. I don't know.
But it's an FE.
I don't know yet. FE Mulan, right? I don't know what to think yet. I got to see the drop to give my opinion, see how many mints. I know that the Pride one did really well before, but if they don't have something like that stands out from the crowd, maybe they won't do crazy things. But the artwork, like they move, I think I'm pretty sure they're all animated. That's pretty cool.
That's what gives them a lot of that. They're really cool. The last ones that came out were
and
really
the last
cool.
ones are limited. They were limited. I think like the Cleopatra and stuff, like 1900 editions or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly, but I don't know. I want to see the mint numbers. I want to see. I'm definitely going for the drop. Obviously, this one you should not financial, but you should make some money. Depends what they're going for. I don't know how much they cost.
And the mint number we'll see soon though.
This is definitely one I want to see more on the Medium article. And we also got the first appearance of Morbius coming on Wednesday, so on the 30th. So these covers look pretty cool.
This is an FA. I don't know the future. I've heard rumors of Morbius coming to the MCU, but they kind of got shot down. This one I'm on the fence about. I say this is going to probably end up being a C-rank comic at the end of it, but it is an FA. Yeah. And FAs are always good. So I'll be keeping an eye out. I probably won't go for this, but I'll wait for the aftermarket and see if there's anything that catches my eye.
Yeah, so Spider-Man has like 6 arms here too. I don't know too much about this storyline. I'm curious to see what that's all about. And if you guys hear a crying baby, she's getting a bath. So you know how babies are with
don't worry,
baths.
I can't hear it.
Okay, perfect. So let us get into the video title. What is, in our opinion, the most overpriced item on Veve? We were having a discussion of this as I was driving home from work, and we're talking about. I said, Rob, what do you think of this? Is this like really overpriced? And it is. Amazing Spider-Man 252, beautiful artwork, beautiful colors, but extremely overpriced. Even the common at 3,280 gems. To me, this is ridiculous. Like I don't know why it's so inflated, and we have examples to compare it to. Do you want to say anything about the comic before I get into it?
Well, we already know someone is listening to this right now, and they're thinking, well, it's that much because of how scarce it is, right? It's an extremely limited edition drop with only 1,000 mints. But the interesting thing about the comic is that it's not really respectable. So why don't we continue from there? So we know it's extremely limited. But hear us out. Let's see what you guys think. Why don't we show some examples?
So let's show some comparables before we get into other reasons. But the first comparable is Incredible Hulk 347. Now the reason I'm using this as a comparable is because, as you can see here, the common has 425 total mints. If I go to Incredible Hulk Secret Rare of 347 Mr. Fix-It, we're at $890, so less than a third of the price, and 250 mints. So that cover only 250 people have. The other one is 425. Yeah. So already we are more scarce if you're looking at artwork, especially for like showroom stuff where you can't even open up the comic. The inside doesn't matter at that point. Yeah. So this one here, maybe it's a little less of a valuable comic, and we can check it here on Comic and Crypto because they have all the go collect prices on here. So if I were to go, so 252 is right here, $1,900 in the real world. If I go to in the real world. If I go to 347, we are looking at Okay, 250. So it's cheaper. It's definitely a cheaper comic, but at the same time, it's more scarce. So that if you're going in just based on numbers, the Incredible Hulk Secret Rare is way less valuable. But
Well,
if you compare,
it shows that sometimes just scarcity
doesn't
alone
matter.
isn't everything. It's always a balance with scarcity and demand.
Yeah.
And what that future demand that's the most important thing now, not the current demand. It's the future demand. What's it going to look like? Let's keep going, and then we can.
So this is an example just based off of number of listings. So this is just like bare bones number of listings comparing. This one has more listings. This one has less listings. Because the argument for 252 in the first place is that it's so scarce. So if you want to get down to that and just talk about numbers and not talk about quality, here's an example. This is 250 listed. It's less than 425. Should be worth more according to that logic, but it's not. Now, if we go into maybe something a little bit more popular, if we look at, actually, I think it's a more recent drop. It was Strange Tales 180. It's a B rank on Veve Rank's website. Guys, go check out Veve Rank, Sleeping Comics. First appearance of Gamora, and apparently going to have a little bit of screen time on the MCU, right, Rob?
She already has plenty. I mean, we thank her. For everything she tried to do to stop Thanos, but in the end, she's the only person Thanos ever loved. But yeah, supposedly in the next Guardians of the Galaxy, they've already introduced her doppelganger. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the movies, but she's probably going to get some screen time on the follow-up movie coming up.
Exactly.
So she's a popular character, no doubt.
The point was to show that a little bit better quality of a comic, and we're sitting at 428 on the Secret Rare, 250 mints.
That's it.
So we've already increased our quality, and we're showing a price of 428 compared to 3,280, and we have almost half the listings.
Yeah.
So this is just further. Now we're up at the B rank. All right, we're up the list on a B rank. But if B rank is not your cup of tea, guys, if you think B rank is too low, 252 is better than this still, even though the real world, let's look at the real world price of this one.
Yeah, Strange Tales 180.
This is Strange Tales. Strange Tales 180. If I look at the real world,
3,600
right here. Okay.
Yep.
So that one is compared to 1,900. You're more than double, or you're around double. You're on double the real world value on Strange Tales.
Yeah.
The ranking is literally based off of the number of mints total for the comic. But if you're looking at covers, Secret Rare Gamora
only $250
is $428. Why is nobody buying this? Why is everybody buying the other one? Doesn't make sense. So overvalued. Now, if you want to get into it, we can get into it. B rank's not your cup of tea. You think that this is like the best B rank, maybe, or maybe you think it's an A rank.
Let's go better.
No problem. Let's go
better.
Here's Amazing Spider-Man 252, 1900, right?
Yeah.
Look at number 6, 7, and 8. Look at the real world values, okay?
Let's read it out, though, for people who might be listening in without seeing. It's Journey into Mystery, 85, Daredevil number 1, and Marvel Spotlight number 5.
Yeah, and they're all 300,000 plus in the real world in terms of real world highest grade value, okay? And if you're comparing that to ASM 252, it's 1900. So it's like not even comparable when you talk about these books, okay? Now,
300 grand plus.
Let's look at Marvel Spotlight number 5, because this is the one ranked right above 252 on Comics and Crypto. 1125. We're 1/3 of the price on this book, which is a $300,000 book in the real world for the highest mint rank.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at the Secret Rare, I have 600 listed. So 600 to 425. Okay, maybe you have an extra 50% of the mints. This should be at least over 2,000 in comparison.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's definitely a much more popular, legitly, real collectors, real comic book collectors are going to respect this way more than the other one until you tell them about the mint numbers and the Veve community's decision.
Exactly.
But let's go through the rest of them, too.
We'll keep going.
Yeah.
Now we're at I think this is number 6. Yeah. So, number 6, what number are we? Daredevil number 7.
It's a great, that's
Daredevil's
an A-rank
number
comic.
7.
Yeah,
so let's look at it.
Comic.
Number 1, it's ranked A on Veve rank. So is Marvel Spotlight. And we're cheaper by $500 here. $28.99, 600 listed, and this is like a top tier comic. So the difference in price.
It's the FA of Daredevil, and it's the first issue of the series. It's a number 1.
It's a number 1. It's FA, and 600 editions compared to 425. Like that extra 175 mints for a much subpar comic should not be. This should not be the pricing. That comic is overpriced. Yeah. But let us continue. Let us go up to number 6 on the list, which is Journey into Mystery number 85.
Yeah.
$3,500 mints. So this one's only 75 more run, and the real world comic is $370,000.
Yeah. And the thing with this one too, it's Loki. It's the FA of Loki, and he's already had his Disney Plus series. Wasn't always the most popular character, but it's looking like he's going to be a pretty popular character going forward. His series was really, really important when it came to the actual future of the MCU to explain how they're going to bring in maybe some of these supernatural X-Men, right?
The secret rare of these elite comics is cheaper than that of 252 Spider-Man. It doesn't make any sense.
I just want to say it clearly because I've been waiting to finish our examples, right? When we first talked about this, Joe came up with this. He was saying, look at this comic. If you think about it, it has to be overpriced. And I said, you know what? You're making a really good point. For future value, okay, more money coming into the app, I agree. Everything eventually should come up with it. When we have another NFT pump, everything should pump with it, including Amazing Spider-Man 252, right? It's all gonna pump. However, as more real comic book collectors come in here, for example, if they only have 3,000 gems that they want to spend, I think they're probably going to prefer a comic book that actually has real world value instead of one that is valuable just because it's scarce. It's a balance. Yes, scarcity brings value. There's no denying that. But so does actual demand. Right now, we're in a period of time, I think, in Veve where we don't really have that much demand coming from the number of people that are here. We don't have that many real comic book collectors that are here. We don't even have the full functionality of the app yet. Yeah. And we all know with these comic books, you can read them. They're all the same. Like, I really don't know how many of these people who buy these things are actually reading these comics anyways. I don't even know who's reading.
And they've already mentioned that they will not be readable in the showroom. So realistically, it's just the cover. So when you look at that and the mints, there's nothing comparable. You can't compare them and say they're the same thing because they're not.
I think there's a chance that the hype around 252, because it's scarce, there could be future ones that will come up with 1,000 mint runs, extremely limited, maybe. We don't know.
That will take away from the luster of it being the only one.
That could happen. And I think that when the new money starts coming into the app, especially if they're real comic book collectors, they're going to automatically favor the comic books that actually did better in the physical world. And I think that the people who own the Amazing Spider-Man 252, completely speculating here, are ones that are doing it mainly because they're Veve investors. They understand this moment. And maybe the new investors will eventually be educated on that and want to also purchase it for that reason. But I think that their first instinct, especially the ones that may actually own this in the physical world, someone who has a comic book that's worth 300,000 is going to have way more pride in it and probably way more willing to go try to match the mint, let's say, than somebody who owns a comic book that's only worth 1,500 in the physical world. We could go buy that one right now, and we could probably get one of the higher grades, and we're not spending that much. Whereas we can't even touch one of those Daredevil #1, Marvel Spotlight #5, and Journey into Mystery #85. These are all three that are ranked higher, and they're like 300 grand plus versus $1,500.
Yeah, it's crazy. That the difference is crazy.
So as time goes on, you might have people selling off this common just because yes, I understand it's scarce, but they might flip into ones that have actual quality in the physical world.
Yeah. So I think you're right, and I think over time it will play itself out where less and less people, like you said, as more real comic collectors come onto the app, the other ones will kind of adjust their pricing to be where they should be, and 252 will come down a little bit. I don't know, relatively. So if the whole app is moving up, the price can go up, but relative to these other big grail comics that we discussed, I agree with you. I think that 252 maybe has its price already built in for a little bit of time here before it goes up. But anyway, it's just speculation, obviously, but it's our opinion, and that's all that matters. We like to bring a different twist on how you guys see the market, and hopefully, we know someone watching this video might even own it. So I would love to know what you guys have to say below. I'll give you 1,000 gems if you own it.
I would love to know what you guys think, and I want to hear the comments below. We always have people who will love to share their opinions. This is your chance. We're talking specifically about the extremely limited edition Amazing Spider-Man 252. It's considered an S just because of that on Veve Rank's website. So let us know below what you think about our thoughts. Is it overvalued?
Is scarcity enough? Is that all that matters? Or do you need quality?
Or do you need quality as well in the future? Maybe we're missing something here. Can you think of extra ideas of why this might be overvalued? Or can you think of reasons that we're missing of why it's actually undervalued and that you think that the scarcity alone should be enough? Comment below, get your thoughts out. Let us know what you think, whether you agree or disagree. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button. You can become a superstar. Join the superstar fam. Of course, like I said, let's hear from you below. We love to hear from you. And you can always reach out to us on Instagram if you want to message us directly, share your thoughts. Or don't forget to join the contest as well. Go to our Twitter. You'll see it at the top. Pairology's giveaway is Goofy, so don't forget that as well. So thank you, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Love you.
Bye-bye.